I wasn't really necessarily planning on doing another video until after we got moved into our new place, but it's very, very important. And this probably will be our last video until further notice. But this is something that absolutely does need to get mentioned. And honestly, this is actually more important than our last two videos about the dumb decisions that both Microsoft and Sony are making with the consoles. And this time, oh boy. And it's just not really looking all that great right now. But there is a report that is coming from VGC, Video Games Chronicles, that has talked about that Take-Two Interactive may actually cost, or not cost, but GTA 6 from Take-Two Interactive may actually make the game be $100. Yeah, we're talking $100 video games. And if they are successful, because you already know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be successful, even if it is at that price tag, then other developers are going to be like, whoa, if they're going to do it, we can do it too. But here's where it's going to get very interesting. Right now, I'm not this is the truth. If game developers or publishers think that $100 for video games is okay, let's just say it this way. The companies will be going out of business in months, if not weeks. That's how bad that this is going to be. There is no way in hell the games are going to be selling for $100. Now, $80, it's a little bit of a different story, but it's still not a very good look. But if a game like Grand Theft Auto 6, if they decide to charge $80 for the base game and it's just them or whatever, that's a little bit in an okay place. But then it is definitely going to also make other developers go like, well, we should add that too because of how high our game budgets are. But even $80 is still going to fail miserably. I mean, not quite as bad as $100 video games, but it is still going to kill the game developers. It will be a lot more of a longer lifespan until the companies got out of business. So yeah, this is just, honestly, like I said, we wasn't really planning on making another video until we got into our new house, and literally kind of just a week from now. But this right here is just absolutely just disgusting right now. And honestly, because Take-Two Interactive was the first company that was like, oh yeah, we could charge $70 games. Oh, hey, because we done a lot more work, and hey, they're going to look 4K on the PS5 and Series X. You want the cleanest visuals ever? Yeah, it'll be worth the $10 extra. And that's where that I think VGC is starting to honestly think that they might do that with the biggest, most popular game that is going to release this year, if it ain't getting delayed yet. But I think it's starting to make sense because Take-Two Interactive is the parent company of Rockstar, and they know that Grand Theft Auto 6 people are so hyped. They have been waiting for this game for quite a few years at this point. They know, they think that they're going to get away with it. And truth to be told, it's really going to kill gaming, not Grand Theft Auto 6. Like I said, that game can be $100 and people are still going to buy it, but it's definitely going to kill all sorts of other developers. Like, we can't accept this. Like, even if GTA 6 is $100, we cannot accept this. And honestly, like, it's just not going to be a good look for gaming. Like, gaming, like, I understand that game budgets are so freaking high, but it's like this content creator by the name of Destin has said, well, they should probably do a little bit better with their budgeting and probably not go super, super high, in terms of graphics and games and all that. Maybe they should stay at a reasonable, really good graphics and really good, budgets and such to make games. Like, for an example, like if you look at this game, for an example, Horizon Zero Dawn, even Horizon Forbidden West, that cost around 220 million. If they can keep graphics and just the overall games around that type of budget, then people are going to be appreciative of it. But then again, also, like some other content creators said, the developers are making games that are like, 40, 50, 60, 70, heck, even 100 hours long and such, and open worlds that are like super ginormous. I know that kind of said, I said that wrong, but you get the idea. They're making long stories, they're making huge open worlds, and that's actually what is making the games cost so much, is because right there, people don't want long games. Like, don't get me wrong, like Stalker 2 is like a 30 to, I think, maybe somewhere close to like a 40-hour game. Like, games like staying around that type of length for long games, I think is pretty acceptable. But when you're going to like games like way longer than 40 hours, it's kind of like stupid, because then again, people don't always have that amount of time to play a game, especially when you got families and, you work and you got to support your family and kids and such. People don't have time to sit there and play hours in a game that they really, really like. Like, if that's the case, then they're going to take a whole year in order to beat that game, because they're only going to play like 1 or 2 hours on like a day, on something like the weekend when they're, free. Just looking at like along those lines, it's going to take them a long time. So we really don't need super good graphical looking games, because we already got good looking games as it is. If they can just literally stay somewhere like a budget of like, Horizon Forbidden West and all that stuff. If it's like a certain company like Rockstar, that is a little bit of a different story, because, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, those are games that are always going to sell no matter what. I still don't think they should be $100 or let alone $80. They should still remain $70, because even then, $70 games have also been failing miserably. And I think that's another reason as to what's going on with the gaming industry, with all of these layoffs from all these companies. Like, this is disgusting. Like, we shouldn't accept this. Like, even if it is a game called even if it's Grand Theft Auto 6, the biggest game ever, I mean, to an extent, maybe, but other games, other developers, no. That they are going to fail miserably. Games are just not going to be all that great. But I honestly don't even think that GTA 6, the biggest game, that's going to be the biggest game of all time, it shouldn't even be no more than $70 for the base game. Now, if you have deluxe editions that have, for example, like if you want to get some outfits and Grand Theft Auto Online and all that, then yeah, that's a different story. But for a base game to sit there and like literally charge $100, like, dog, no. Like, we can't accept that. Like, that's just completely insane. It's disgusting. I think that game developers and these higher up executives are really trying to kill their businesses. And I hope that they honestly see that, because games costing $80 to $100, I can almost see in some cases being okay in $80, but not $100. But I still don't even think the game should be $80 either. Like, $70 is already a raise that people don't like. And honestly, with game costing going up as it is, I think that people should try to accept the $70. But at the same time, games should not be going above 70. Like, it's just insane. Like, people just have lives. They don't have time to sit there, game, and play hours upon hours, and they're not going to spend all that money, be like, oh yeah, I need $100 to go buy groceries for my family. Yeah, maybe I should buy this game and leave them in the dust. No, they're not going to freaking think like that. They're absolutely not going to think like that. And that's what these developers and publishers, higher ups, executives actually think is going to happen. And then guess what? It's going to bite them in the ass. They're going to shut down. And then it's not a good look. I'm just going to give it out there. We should not accept price hikes of video games right now, especially going up to $100, because it's going to kill the gaming industry. It's going to collapse. And hell, this probably is going to confirm that maybe that the Xbox Series X and PS5, or maybe possibly the PS6 and whatever next Xbox, might actually be the last consoles because of that right there. So, yeah, we cannot accept this. And it's so stupid because you got games already like Grand Theft Auto 5, like Call of Duty, that can still sell at $60 freaking dollars, not even 70, but 60 alone, and they can make the billions of dollars back in microtransactions. Like, they make the money back in microtransactions, so they don't need to raise prices on games, because if they're going to be in loot boxes, yeah, they're going to make money. But no, it's just something to be like, oh no, we want some extra money from your wallet so you don't support your family. I'm telling you, this is going to kill gaming like huge. Like, I mean, ginormous. Like, gaming is going to, like, the whole gaming industry is just going to, boom, collapse to the ground. If we start getting game prices that are going to go up to like $80 up to $100, just because, you know, like, publishers like Take-Two Interactive just think it's okay, be like, oh yeah, we have the biggest game called Grand Theft Auto 6, we'll get away with it. And then it's just going to make other publishers and developers be like, oh yeah, well, if they can do it, we can do it. And then boom, they're not even going to sell not even 1 million copies. So yeah, so I originally wasn't going to make another video, but this right here, this is definitely something that has to get brought up, and this is probably going to be our last video until we get moved in a week. So, but this wasn't originally planned, but this had to get, we had to make a video about this because it's just not going to be a good look for the gaming industry, and a lot of people are probably going to stop gaming at that point because it's not worth paying $100, like a quarter of what a console costs, to purchase a game and buy only one game a year, maybe two. So yeah, it's going to absolutely kill gaming if that is the route that they go in. But like I said, we should not accept this at all. We literally should not accept this. Even if it is the biggest game of all time, like Grand Theft Auto 6, like, honestly, we shouldn't accept it one bit. This is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Hope you enjoy this angry rant of higher game prices being possibly going to $80 to even $100. Let us know in the comment section down below of your thoughts if you actually also agree that this is going to kill the gaming industry, or if this is going to prevent you just by quitting gaming or whatnot, or just what do you like? Does it make you honestly mad? Because I know for a fact it's going to make a lot, hundreds of thousands of gamers mad, including us. So let us know in the comment section down below of your thoughts with this video, and hit that like button if you enjoy this, and also subscribe if you're new to this channel, and we will keep you posted with another video later. So we'll keep you posted. Tech and Gaming Reviews, rate, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Gosh, something needs to get settled right now with these stupid publishers.